Uh, Hello, you are welcome to the channel. I welcome you back to this wonderful channel where we dish out tips on how to submit successful application and how to win a scholarship abroad. Yeah, today we'll be talking about elements of statement of purpose, and yeah, this is very important in completing a successful application and winning a scholarship. Although it is underrated by many, but believe me, you need to remember that this is the identity that speaks on your behalf with the admission committee, which serves as the reviewer. So today we'll be looking at, in a bit, because I won't want the video to be a long one, just a very short one. So it will be very short while we only look at an element of a statement of purpose, and others can be dealt with in the subsequent videos. So the element of SOP, or personal statement, or motivation letter, or whatever as the names may apply, although they are kind of different from each other, from one another, but they kind of have an overlap scenes. So today we'll be looking at an element of statement of purpose. But to write a statement of purpose, you should put at the back of your mind you must have gathered the required or necessary requirements by the institution you are submitting the statement of purpose for, because many of these institutions provide guides on how to write it. Some will say not more than 500 to 1000 words, some will say not more than 850, some will say not more than 750. So this is actually in a way to give you choices of words, of what to write and what to not include in your statement of purpose. But I would say in general, there are certain things that should be included in your statement of purpose, although not limited to that. And today we'll be looking at just a paragraph of what the statement of purpose should entail. And you should know that a statement of purpose has about 4 to 5 paragraphs. A statement of purpose have about 4 to 5 paragraphs, and this gives you what we will be talking about. At least today we'll be talking about just the first paragraph alone, and we are going to show us a sample from one of the scholar shared with me. So we are going to sit, analyze this first paragraph together, and see if we were able to capture what we talked about. So in the first paragraph of your statement of purpose, your first paragraph of statement of purpose should always act as an hook. Should always act as an hook for all other paragraphs. Hook in the sense that this is where you talk about your motivation. This is not where you start saying so by name and all. This is not where you start introducing yourself. This is where you talk about your motivation. This is where you talk about something that has spurred your interest. Something that is, you think it need attention in the society. And this is where many of us will talk about a problem statement. Yeah, a problem statement. A problem statement might actually not be a problem, but it's a problem statement. Now, let's look at it in this way. A problem statement can be a societal problem, or human problem, any problem you could think of, or probably it could be an improvement to a solution. An improvement to a solution. In this case, when you say an improvement to a solution, that means there is a solution to a problem already, but the solution can still be improved. The solution in one way can be worked on to be better harnessed. Let's take, for example, everyone is talking about energy transition. Yeah, there have been sustainable energy in the society. there have been sustainable energy in the society, and this sustainable energy, despite their population, like we have the solar energy, we have the wind energy, we have different sort of them, yet they are still not generating the energy generated from fossil fuel. But you know there is a solution already to cater for the earth sustainability we are talking about. But you are thinking that this thing is not still well harnessed. Now you started thinking about material selection. To improve the solution for a particular problem here. Now remember, I said it could be a problem or it could be an improvement to a solution. And now I'm still tackling the improvement to a solution. Now let's say you have this lithium lead battery, and you think this battery could be improved using probably a family of lithium or some other element that you think they are maybe graphite, or the first layer of graphite, I don't know, that is called graphite do something also. So you think this could help to improve this particular thing? That is a kind of problem statement you've seen. Now let's come to a societal problem. Maybe you are in the field of, let's say, chemistry, or you are in the field of food science, or you now cite a problem in some particular food, probably a certain set of people having certain illness or certain disease could not take, and you think you could improve this food for them to take it. Now it is a problem for those set of people. They couldn't take that food, but you can improve this food, make it more suitable for them, for their body system, for them to be able to take it. Or probably you cite a problem like, okay, these people being deprived of this particular food, they will be lack in so vitamin, blah blah, and they needed this thing to ensure their body system is working perfectly. So you can say that because they needed this thing to ensure their body system works perfectly, you can make this food as a supplement for them. And now you are trying to create a solution for a particular problem, not that you are improving a problem. And remember, all these things still boils down to the problem statement, which wants to serve as your hook. Now, after you must have a problem statement, you must have generate a solution, what you think you need to do. Now, state your interest. These are the basic things that should be in your first paragraph. At least your first paragraph should be able to talk about a general view of what you think about a problem in that field you are talking about, a problem in that field, a solution you think you could bring up, and finally state your interest. You need to let them know your interest. That particular, this is, now you are talking sequentially. You've talked about general view about a field, you've talked about the general view, you've talked about the problem in that field, and sometimes there is this thing about me, when you want to talk about problem or you want to talk about a disadvantage, then you should kind of acknowledge an advantage of that field. Acknowledge something about that field. You may just acknowledge something about that field, something that has been achieved in that particular field that is known, general. Acknowledge it. It is very, very, maybe not really important, but sometimes it makes you understand what you are talking about, and it gives even the reviewer an insight that you know the state of the knowledge in that field. You understand what you are talking about. And finally, you state your what? State your interest. Very, very important. You cannot write all this and move to second paragraph without stating your interest. You need to tell us now, I intend to pursue a graduate study, probably MSc or PhD, who knows? So in a so field, we want to know what you want to do exactly. So this is what will bring us to the using one of the first paragraph provided to me by a scholar in this video. So yeah, let's analyze this particular paragraph of this scholar. He said in his first paragraph, I think this is his first statement, he said the inevitable growth in the demand for petroleum resource as a result of the burgeoning population of the 21st century society is ever increasing. Yeah, he's trying to bring something about the energy demand in the society. The energy demand in the society now is trying to bring it out. Look at it. The inevitable growth in the demand for resources as a result of this, the population increasing in the society is ever increasing. This energy is ever increasing. So in order to solve this, unraveling this unabating quagmire demand, a conscious and moral obligation towards ensuring a sustainable generation of these resources. There is a reason for us to continually generating the resources. There is a reason, despite the fact that people are talking about energy transition, someone is still able to identify a problem in the society that is relating to demand for energy. And it is known that petroleum, steel, fossil fuel still supplies more than 80% of this energy. Now, unraveling this unabating quagmire of this conscious and moral obligation towards ensuring sustainable generation of these resources, thus a need for better understanding and delineation of the subsurface. Because the better you know the subsurface, the more you can position yourself to what? To tap this hydrocarbon, to tap this oil and gas. You can see he has been able to bring a general view from a particular field. Now let's see his second paragraph. Now he said petroleum geoscience, an important branch of scientific knowledge which employed different methodology in exploration of earth-dead resources. Well, fine. He's trying to acknowledge what petroleum geoscience is. He's trying to talk about what petroleum geoscience is, trying to define this. Okay. Is as well used to monitor and understand the earth's aging process. Okay. With this field of knowledge, the hydrocarbon discovery as regard the role and history of seismic attributes of fracture within saturated media as well has been well established. Now, look at what I'm talking about. He acknowledged what this field of knowledge has actually done in the oil and gas. He has been able to acknowledge something, that the hydrocarbon discovery as regard the role and history of seismic attributes of fractures within saturated media has been well established. However, now we want to talk about the problem facing the industry. The industry is still faced with the difficult challenge of data complexities, quality, and management. Look at it. This is a problem statement here. This is his own problem statement now. This is what you want to talk about. This is what you want to work on. See, he has talked about general view, acknowledge what the field has done in the industry. Now is still seeing a problem, despite what this field has done in the industry, still seeing a problem. And this is, should I say, it doesn't say the industry is still faced. Yeah, there is a solution already, but to him, I think there is still a way to improve this solution. Now, let's see what if eventually. Therefore, this setback has necessitated the need for well-trained petroleum geoscience with data-driven skill to effectively manage the complexities that will maximize petroleum sequencing and continuous generation option to meet the world demand. Look at this statement. Look at that statement. You can see that it's eventually linked back to this. It's linked back to this. Because yeah, it's talking about how this energy is being demanded by the individuals, how it is being demanded in our society. And yeah, for them to ensure this demand is being met, a sustainable generation of these resources is required. So it now said this setback has necessitated the need for well-trained petroleum geosciences with data-driven skill to effectively manage the complexities that will maximize the petroleum sequencing continuous generation option to meet the world. Look at it. He has been able to structure these things from the first sentence up to this particular sentence. Now, here he has bring his general view. Here he has acknowledged what the field has done in industry, and he has been able to state his problem statement here, which is this. Now, he now again still look at it like the solution to this thing is this. That is the solution to this, because we need a well-trained, look at it, it talks about what? Data complexities, and it talks about what demand for energy. Now, he uses this well-trained petroleum geoscience to tackle this, and with data-driven skill to tackle this, the complexities that will maximize petroleum sequencing and continuous generation option to meet the world and bring us back to the first line, which is the first set of sentences. Now, and for the last sentence in that particular paragraph, for the first paragraph, it said, thus, now we want to state his intention. Like I said earlier, you need to state your intention. You don't have to, start. You don't have to stop here. You don't have to stop there. You don't have to stop. You don't have to stop here and say you have written that paragraph. Yeah, it looks nice, but there's no concluding fact. What you want to do, you've told us the problem statement, you've told us a solution, but you've not even mentioned what you want to do. Now, he said, I intend to pursue a master's degree with research focusing on combining traditional geophysical tools with data analytics and machine learning application for both conventional and non-conventional reservoir characterization and production system. Now, to him, he thought this particular thing that he wants to do is going to solve or improve the data complexities in the industry and to meet the world demand for petroleum resources or petroleum energy or fossil fuel. You can see how he is able to bring out the problem statement, bring out a general view, bring out a problem statement, relate it to a solution and what you want to do in a single paragraph. And this is just a single paragraph for a statement of purpose, which is quite good. It's nice because the structure of the sentence follows sequentially. It doesn't, look at it, he acknowledge here and he also state a problem. He then bring out a what? A solution to that problem. Then definitely state his interest, which is quite all right. Now, you should know that for the first paragraph of your statement of purpose, you should talk about a general view of something you want to do, something you think it needs attention. Next, you might decide to acknowledge what the field has done or not. It doesn't really matter. But be able to talk about a problem statement in that field, something that is either a societal problem, world problem, human problem, name it, or a solution that can be improved. It's also a problem, but you might be thinking it's not a problem. It's a problem because the solution can still be improved. It can be worked on to get a more perfect one. Now, after talking about that, you talk about what you want to bring onto the table. What exactly? What do you think you are bringing to the table? State your intention. And this makes up your first paragraph. Yeah, your first paragraph might a little bit have some other elements which may not really be important, but you think could aid your application to be successful. Yeah, you can include it once it is relevant to what you are talking about. But the major things should be this, and this will serve as a hook to other paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, paragraph 5 if need be. So today I think we've been able to learn something, and I again welcome you all back to the channel, and I enjoin you to please subscribe to the channel. If you have any question related to the first paragraph, kindly drop your question in the comment section. Also, share with your friends. Let them also gain from this opportunity, because opportunity is not something you should hoard. You should share it. Grow together with your friends. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.